My next guest isn't afraid to ask for the truth. Are you? Are you? We welcome back Abbey Martin to Off the Grid. Abbey, thanks for being here. Now, you and I have shared similar experiences. We've both been criticized by big media for questioning the 9/11 Commission report. That's where we're going to start right off, Abbey. Abbey, why is it that people like you and I, we're both obviously intelligent, we both do our homework, and we try to do our jobs as thorough as we can? Why is it that people like us get in trouble because we see something that we have a question about on 9/11?
What I find amazing about the 9/11 thing is that the mainstream media and even the liberal establishment, the Democratic establishment, can say that the Bush administration lied about everything else.
Pardon?
Everything else. But 9/11, we're supposed to believe that story. That's what I don't understand. So it's just this holy grail. It's this unquestionable event that we just have to take dogmatically. I don't accept that. I understand the way history works, and pretty much every impetus for some sort of military intervention has always not been as told. There's literally not been one event in history on the historical record that you can look at and say that we weren't lied to about. So I automatically just question everything. And then, of course, when you look into the story, even the commission members themselves said that it was set up to fail, said that they weren't given the access that they needed. Bush and Cheney testified together behind closed doors. The widows, they freaking tried to put on Henry Kissinger, one of the biggest war criminals on earth, to head the commission. I mean, you tell me that that wasn't set up as a dog and pony show right from the get-go, Jesse. But of course, if we question that, and if we say that some of that was lies, then we're heretics, then we're conspiracy theorists. Of course, that's a whole other term, this pejorative that's just used to shut down critical thinking and debate. I want to talk about the facts. I want to talk about the fact that we know that there wasn't just that. Sorry, I can go off all day.
Oh yeah, no, Abbey, you're right on with it, and that's why I'm letting you run with it. I love it. It's like listening to myself, and I like to hear myself now and then. But oh yeah, no, I go through the same thing. During my life, my training, when I went through the underwater demolition SEAL program, I had a chief warrant officer that taught me demolition who impounded it into my head. There is no dumb question. And I think that's a good idea when you deal with demolition. If you don't know, ask a question. You know, it's a good idea to do that. And that's how I lived my whole life. And I noticed that, yeah, you ask any question about 9/11 and oh my God, you are just rendered inoperable by these people. And that tells me right there that in the old quote, they doth protest too much.
It's just like the anti-Semitic label with Israel. It's this third rail that it's almost like blackmail, especially in the establishment journalism community here in DC. It's that there's certain things that people just don't touch because they know that they don't want to suffer the repercussions for touching those things. And I think it's like blackmail. And it's kind of this unspoken thing, and I think it's absurd. And even you have, I mean, look at the 28 pages movement. This is just one aspect of it, that there's actually redacted classified documents that outline foreign involvement in 9/11. Are we going to be able to see those, or are we just going to keep believing that this was all rogue people? I mean, who are the governments involved? Why are we not seeing this information? Isn't this a big deal, the fact that our entire domestic and foreign policy is based on this event? And we don't know the truth about it, Jesse.
Exactly. We don't know the truth about it. And you know, that's what you sit and look at these things. And when they form these commissions, and I'm 63 years old now, so I was very young when the Warren Commission and Kennedy happened, but these commissions are not designed to find the truth. These commissions are not designed to find the truth. Believe it and respond to it, and that's where it was going to be left. It was political pressure that even made them form that phony commission.
Absolutely. You see even members still to this day saying that they were essentially threatened by Cheney, saying, don't investigate this event. They wanted to rush right into Iraq. They wanted the world to forget about the fact that this was the biggest intelligence failure in the history of this country. It wasn't just that August 6th PDB, bin Laden determined to strike within the U.S. It was dozens and dozens of PDBs at the highest echelon of the intelligence community. If you're telling me that that was simply wires being crossed, why was no one fired?
Exactly,
Fired.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, my goodness, you and I, we're brother and sister. I've said that 100 times. I said, and I bring myself into it in this manner.
When I was governor of Minnesota, if there would have been an event that occurred in the state of Minnesota to the magnitude of 9/11 or at that level, you don't think there'd be an investigation? And when no one can deny our air defense system failed miserably. Billion-dollar air defense system failed miserably. Now why? Well, the point being, someone should have lost their job. Someone should have been fired. But as I always say, if you don't want an investigation, don't fire nobody. Because then everybody comes back to work on Monday, and it's business as usual, and that's exactly what happened. But if you fire people, people start getting bitter. Well, why did I get fired when so-and-so told me to do this? I was just following orders. And then, of course, you get the paper trail, which will eventually lead back to the perpetrators. So therefore, you cannot have anyone get fired. And I can't believe that people don't question that alone. And I can't believe that people don't question that alone.
And I can't believe that people don't question that alone.